So it's finally Friday. I've been working 4 10s, 4 10-hour days, so I've been off on Fridays. It's just been wonderful. Loving the 3-day weekends, except I have to work tomorrow. So get up this morning, as well as having coffee, trying to decide what is it I'm going to do today. We're going on a trip next weekend. It's going to be 10 hours up, 10 hours back, so it's not a really long trip. It's kind of from here almost to 3/4 of the way to Knoxville and back. Just a nice little trip. There's another nice marina up there. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do today? I need to change the oil in the main engine and the generator. I need to wash the boat. Next Thursday, I'm taking Thursday off to get some of this stuff done. But I'll go anchor out, dive down, brush the bottom again, try to help some of the fuel economy. It's been, I guess, a couple of months since I've done that. So it's probably not too bad, but every little bit's going to help. So I had ordered some stuff, and as well as washing the boat, I'm going to try this. Let's check it out. I was a little concerned this morning when I saw this on here, but I could have got a bigger knife, right? It came with the boat. It's actually a nice knife, but use that as my utility knife. I didn't even send you gloves. That seems to be all right. Yes. Yes, the Poli glow. Why the Poli glow? Instructions. Poli glow instructions. Yeah, I won't read all that to you. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Oh, goes on the pad. There we go. Basically, you wet it, you scrub it. That's the glow. That's the prep. You kind of wash it with that to get all the crap off the surface, and then you put the floor wax on there. Basically, probably what it is. I hadn't really looked up to see what it is. There's a spider in the boat. Gel coat on the side of the boat, it's just fine. Upper decks is pretty toasted. I'll take you out there, take a look, and we'll see how this stuff works. It's one of those things. It's like a battery solution. I have Epsom salt and a dead battery. If the battery's already dead, what difference does it make? And every time I've ever tried it, the Epsom salt has always brought the battery back. It's pretty cool stuff. Interested in that? Let me know. I've got it in one of my old videos, but it does work. Just literally, they're supposed to dissolve it in water and distilled water, of course. But if the battery's already dead, I say, who cares? I just poured some in. It was a marine battery in an older little speedboat that I had. Set for a couple days, came back, started right up. Months later, still started right up. Anyway, so we're going to go Poli glow the boat, see what happens. Instructions say just use the little scrubbing pad with the cleaner and a little bit of bleach if you need to. Definitely need to. I'll show you what happens on the unsunny side. So I have recessed jib tracks, which is pretty cool. And you don't see that real often, especially it's a lot of things on this boat you don't see real often in older boats. The problem is, where they were supposed to drain, they put the damn track flush on the deck. So it doesn't drain, it gets water up there behind it, and this is the shady side of the boat. So that water just sits in there, gets funky. Now, someday I'm going to put a couple of washers beneath each screw and rebed the thing anyway. It's probably never been rebed, so. But what we're going to do, find a good spot here. This is, of course it's dirty, but that's gel coat. That's dead gel coat. That's oxidized. The sun has just eaten it up over the years. Obviously not doing the non-skid. We'll be doing the outside and the cabin tops and through here and try to keep it off of that teak, but it's not in great shape anyway. Probably going to replace that or just paint over it, paint it white. And I've got new handrails down below that still need to put on. Got to pull the headliner to do it. Not excited about that. So there's a lot of smooth spots. I guess most of it's non-skid, but the big thing is going to be keeping it off of everything else. We'll see how it works out. I guess what I've got may be more than enough. I was thinking, man, it's a lot, but most of what I've got to do is across the front here. Just the cabin tops, really. It's really bad up here. I have buffed and waxed and gone through this to the point where there's almost no gel coat left on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going so extreme to put floor wax on my boat. But you can see how moldy it is too. Oh. So it was time for a bath anyway. So this stuff is pretty much, it's probably acetic acid, something like that. So it's just gonna scrub off the top layer of gel coat, and the oxidation, and all my wax and everything that's on the sides too, I'm sure. But it needs to be redone anyway. So we're going to get started with that and bring you along, see what happens. I'd say it's been about an hour and a half. I've done almost all of it. A little longer than I thought, but got inside of the anchor locker. Oh, what the black crap is on the bottom. I have never been able to get that out, and I have scrubbed and bleached and pressure washed it. I'm still going to go back. Still got a couple mold spots. And I've not washed the decks or anything. I've just washed the smooth gel coat. See, I've still got some black streaking here. I'm gonna go back. Makes me nervous. It says to rinse well, and I rinsed well, but I'm gonna go back and wash the boat because there's residue from that stuff. I'm gonna get all that off. Plus, I'm just gonna go ahead and wash the whole thing and let the whole thing dry. But it looks all bright and shiny. Of course, soap and water would have done a lot of that, but it is a lot whiter than it would have been. It's some type of an alcohol now. Look up the ingredients and try to show that. So this is where I have and where I haven't gotten. It's a bit shaky there. You see a lot of that is just dirt, but at the same time, I mean, it's gotten it pretty white. Once it dries, it'll be really flat like it's supposed to. But basically, so it just comes with this little scrubby brush here. Put a little bleach in there, which it recommends to kill if you have any mold or mildew on here. And it says to wash it and rinse it like you're using regular soap. So you do not let it dry on here. It says to not leave it on any shiny metal for more than 5 minutes, which with all the stainless and the money I've got in hatches and portals and windows, I've been rinsing as quick as I can. It says just put it on there, wash it, and scrub it, get it off. I've also got a couple of varnish strips and just basic old stains that have been on here for a long time. I'm going to get something and get it down to as much regular fiberglass or gel coat as I can. It says anything you leave on there will be coated over and it will be on there for good. So prep your surface. I guess that's the biggest thing, is prep your surface. So now that's done. I still haven't washed the decks. A nice bucket of soap. That took about 2 hours. And I say it's pretty bright and shiny. I don't know about the black streaking here. That's always, since I put the windows in, so maybe that's the boat life sealant. It shouldn't be. I didn't make that big of a mess. Either way, looking pretty good. I've got the soap and a little more bleach to kill all the mold. The hull looks like crap. It really needs to be buffed and waxed. But this is taking any bit of the wax off where it drains. I will wash it, but it's not going to be a great improvement. But the upper decks look really nice. Of course, they look flat, but that's the whole point in the Poli glow. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so I got most of it. It says minimum of 4 to 6 coats.
I've got more than that on some places, less than others. Kind of lose track the way I'm doing it. But I've got quite a bit on here, so I'll show you what I got and give you my current opinion. I've not done the sides here because I've still got some places above the windows that need to be cleaned up. Because, like it says, whatever's under there is staying. So I've not done anywhere around the windows. I've done above it. I mean, it's friggin' shiny. It's absolutely shiny. It does leave some streaks in there. It's kind of hard to get. Some more layers you put on, it is like varnish without sanding between it. The more layers you put on, the better it looks. Yeah, no complaints right now, but this has been an all-day project, and I've still got quite a bit left to do just doing the top sides. And that's not including, obviously, not including the non-skid. Didn't do the non-skid, so I think it looks pretty good. From back here, you get up close, you can see the imperfections. You can see where it wasn't. You're just shining up whatever you start with. So if you start off with something that doesn't look good, it's going to be shiny and not look good. But if you get it really clean, really bright, which I didn't get as much as what I wanted, but it'll look nice. Just for how long, I'm not sure. That's what we got, and I have one very well protected finger. I guess that tip just broke too. I'm gonna have nail polish on there. But thanks for watching this one. I hope it helps as far as if you have old gel coat. I think the kit was on eBay, I don't remember, 60, 70 bucks for the cleaner, the scrubber, the mitt, which I did cut the mitt. But, I tried a paintbrush because it says apply it like varnish. That's something I guess I need to go into before I wrap it up. It says apply it like varnish. I don't agree with that because I've done plenty of varnish on this boat. I tried it with a foam brush, didn't work out very well. I tried it with a regular nice brush, didn't work out very well. I tried it with a microfiber cloth because that's what the mitt's made out of, and I used a black microfiber cloth. You probably see the black streaks in there. It pulled the color out of it just within seconds. So what I did is I cut the mitt up. It's over there. I cut the mitt up into two pieces, and this is what I'm using. I'm just folding it in smaller pieces to get in there. I don't agree with applying it like varnish. The instructions say not to push too hard because you make bubbles. Absolutely. But I'll go through, I'll get a good coat on it, and I'll wipe it down good, and then go back and kind of do some smooth strokes to, doesn't matter where you look, you can still see the lines, the streaks, but it's not bad. For what it is, it's not bad. But absolutely do not let it puddle up. I've got some places, like right in here, where it'll puddle. You have to make sure you go back, otherwise you end up with a great big goopy mess. And it says to watch out for runs. Absolutely watch out for runs. Because when this stuff hardens up, even after 30 minutes, when it hardens up, it's hard. That's a big thing. They do make some stuff to get it off. I couldn't imagine trying to get it off, but do a good job, do it right the first time, and it's not how long it'll last, but I think it's worth 70 bucks if your gel coat looks like crap and you want a shiny boat. There we go. Hope that helps. Thanks.